Guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Chelsea News. Guys, let's jump right in. Leandro Paredes, that's the defensive midfielder who currently plies his trade in Paris for PSG. He's being linked to Chelsea as a sort of plan B or a backup option in the event that we're not able to succeed on in our efforts to buy Moises Caicedo from um, Brighton. And as it appears right now, there hasn't been any news. Tony Bloom is still sitting tight in his demands for that Chelsea pays 100 million pounds for this player. Chelsea, I know, is going to make an improved offer, an improved bid, and possibly their last bid, or may or may not be their last bid because you never say never until the window ends. The window ends on the last day of August. All right, so. But I know our understanding and feeling is that Chelsea is preparing another bid, which will hopefully make some progress. But in the event that doesn't work out, and obviously there's no there has to be some kind of backup plan, and that backup plan, obviously in a prior video I mentioned two other options, Tyler Adams and Edson uh, Alvarez. Those are kind of two names that just been thrown out there, but there hasn't been any movement in any of those names because Chelsea is still waiting for this Caicedo deal to see if it's going to go through. So in the time being, a third name has been thrown into the mix, and that's 29 years old Leandro Paredes. He's pretty much played all over Europe. As fate may have it, he was actually linked. There's a time Chelsea had some serious interest in buying him. I believe sometime in 2018 or thereabout when we had Sarri as our manager. We tried to get him, and we came up short. He ended up at PSG, where he's played about 100 or so games, 114 games over the years. But he's pretty much a bench man right now. I mean, he's really he's a bench man. He's 29 years old. They've been having a lot of obviously top level midfielders in and out. And as things stand right now, they're in the process of revamping their midfield. Obviously, they muscled us out in buying Ugarte from Lisbon. So that definitely makes a player like Paredes surplus to requirements. And then plus the fact that um, Paredes is also in the last year of his contract. So he's 29. He's in the last year of his deal. He has played for Poch. Obviously, Poch was the manager, was his manager for 1 year. For like about 1 or 2 years at PSG. He played alongside Enzo for Argentina in helping them win the World Cup. Um, So there are a lot of pluses, and obviously he's 29. He has that experience that Pochettino craves. But the reality is he's not Plan A. He's a backup plan, and I don't even know that he's even that um, whether it will be even financially viable for the team just to get him just for the heck of it. Because the reality is we're not lacking in terms of other midfield options. We have Santos. We obviously just signed Leslie Ugochukwu. We're about to send Caicedo out on loan to Leicester City. So that was the three young quality midfielders, and then obviously Enzo. So the whole key is who's going to start right next to Enzo. Right now, Gallagher seems to be that guy, but you all already know that as much as Gallagher tries, I mean, God bless his heart. I mean, we do love you, bro, but the reality is, Gallagher is not quite up to the relevant quality that we need right next to Enzo, so we can maximize the 105 million pound investment that we got into Enzo, and Enzo is going to also activate the max investment in his partner. So that is what's missing, and that's why I feel like we just have to hold out. We have to keep holding out on this Caicedo deal. We just did the deal, today. I believe the medicals was completed on Sanchez, so the number two goalie from Brighton. So that, if not anything, it shows that there's still a fairly good relationship between Chelsea and Brighton. It shows that there's still some tangible communications, deal making going on between these two clubs. So there is hope. I mean, there's quite a lot of hope. I know a lot of fans, definitely me. I would have loved to see Caicedo in Chelsea right now. I mean, we have Chelsea, we have Liverpool that's coming up in about a week from now, and obviously we're behind in terms of trying to get that solid, strong man in midfield right next to Enzo, and we're just gonna have to move forward with Gallagher and Santos as the two options, and just hope that's just going to be enough to at least get us a result against Liverpool on next Sunday. And I say, hopefully to get a result as opposed to a win, because we just found out today that there's a high, reasonably high likelihood, if not a possibility, that Nkunku is not going to play that Liverpool game. He's expected to be out for weeks in terms of plural. Guys, weeks. we have 1 week left. So if you do the math, that means he's not going to play the Liverpool game. And you guys already saw what happened in our last preseason game against Dortmund after Nkunku left. Not that we didn't create. We actually should have scored minimum 3 goals and still missed a few more. We had at least 3 that we should have scored. But guess what? Nkunku, he has a way of popping up at the right place at the right time and making the art of goal scoring seem easy. And that's what we didn't have against Dortmund. We are gonna miss that sorely against Liverpool. You're gonna miss that, because that's just one thing that you don't have when you don't have that experienced goal scorer, who is a proven goal scorer, who's is natural in terms of being able to understand where the ball is going to be, being able to move off the ball, to make runs, to work for his team, to do all sorts of things, and then still have the clinical skill to actually score when he gets his chance in the box. And we don't have that. Nkunku is out for weeks, and we are hoping that it's just weeks and not months, because obviously he was having 1 or 2 little niggling knee issues last season, and had to miss like one 1 or 2 months or so for RB Leipzig last season. So that brings me to the third point, which is, guys, it is imperative that Chelsea does something about getting um, Pochettino another striker. Like we need another striker, because Jackson, just you guys have seen how quickly your our team's fortunes can just change just like that. If anything, and we praying for everything to go well, but if anything would happen to Jackson, we are finished. Okay, let's just keep it real. Our whatever dreams that we got in terms of top four, you can just forget about that. We're just gonna go into survival mode. That's what it's gonna be, because then we have no more goal scorers, right? It's just everybody's just gonna have to then buckle up and grind and try and chip in a goal here and a goal there. So the point being is that we need a backup, or at least another striker who can rotate with Jackson. Jackson will start some games, the other striker comes off the bench. Other striker starts a few games, Jackson comes off the bench. Sometimes Jackson plays wide, other striker starts. Like, we need that. You need two quality chaps in every spot. Otherwise, our goals, our ambitions and our dreams are going to get derailed. Guys, how do y'all feel about this? Please share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace.